much, Andrew. Yeah, looking forward to this game this afternoon, a double header here, and of course last week both teams have been very disappointed with their efforts. What I liked about USA last week, Andrew, is in that second half they were really courageous against Fiji. They stifled a lot of their attack. I think they would have learnt a lot about themselves last week, only being together for a few days.
The Italian side, gee, they've had a rough start, haven't they? They were favourites last week in Cairns, heavily beaten, and then all the drama that happened in the pub afterwards.
Yeah, well, I suppose the headlines that we saw after that game last week probably hurts more so than the loss, when you try and get a unit together and try and stay as solid as possible through a long journey in this World Cup. So being able to fracture those relationships, get those fractured relationships, I should say, back in order has probably been the biggest role of Cameron Ciraldo so far, getting this team together.
Who you tip?
I think Italy will win, but you know what? I think the USA will lead at half-time.
Okay, well, both teams started poorly. The USA conceded 5 tries in the opening 16 minutes last week against the Fijians, and equally, Italy had that poor start against Ireland. They're quickly down 14 points to 0. So important, obviously, today that both Italy and the United States get off to a positive start. Let's go down to the field now for the performing of the national anthems.
National anthems of USA and Italy.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, while the blood we beheld was so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Fratelli d'Italia, l'Italia se desta del municipio, se cinta la testa, dove la vittoria le borga la chioma che schiava di Roma. Fratelli d'Italia, l'Italia se desta, nel municipio si accinta la testa, dove la vittoria le porga la chioma, che schiava di Roma, il Dio la creò. Stringiamoci a corte, siamo pronti alla morte, siamo pronti alla morte, l'Italia chiamò. Stringiamoci a corte, siamo pronti alla morte, siamo pronti alla morte, l'Italia chiamò. Sì!
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Today's anthems were performed by Kelly Stone and Claudio Brischetti.
Well, great passion and emotion there during the performing of the national anthem. Scott Sattler, and this in Pool D, a must-win game for both teams.
Yes, it is, and
As we get close to kick-off today, we need you to make some noise
Yeah, very big, important game here for both teams between Italy and the United States. In Pool D, it's must win.
Yeah, it is. And Italy, I suppose, coming into this pool, were expected to win this pool, Andrew. But after that loss to Ireland last week, they're really fighting for their lives now and need not only a win here today, but they need a healthy win for a for and against.
Former Queenslander and Australian player Brent Tate is with us on the touchline in nice warm conditions. Brent, hello to you. How do you see this one panning out?
Yeah, thank you, Andrew. Well, it's very warm conditions down here, as you said, so that will play a huge part today. But I think Italy will be too strong. But in saying that, the USA, they were very stiff in the second half last week against Fiji. So just expecting a nice, tough, fast, free-flowing match here.
Well, that's the key, isn't it? The start to the game, you hear it so often, but bearing in mind how disappointing they both were early last week. Let's see how these teams line up, Scott Sattler.
Yes, and the first side here this afternoon is Italy with Ceruto at fullback, Centroni and Mantellato on the wings, Castellaro and Milanese in the centres, Tedesco in the halves with Getty, with Vaughan, Tramontana, Alvaro, Walker, Minicello as the skipper, Nathan Brown, jersey number 13, and the coach is Cameron Ciraldo. And the USA Hawks is Makelum at fullback, Burrows and Faroma on the wings, Rice and Vaivai in the centres, Fried and Samoa in the halves, Pettybourne, Mirando, the skipper Offerdale, Howard, Shipway, Farley, and the coach is Brian McDermott.
Bright sunny day in Townsville. The referee Ashley Klein about to get us underway. Italy in the blue to kick us off with the right boot of Josh Mantellato. USA to get first use of the footy. Battling the sunshine there, it's well taken in the end, and it's the skipper with the first touch of the footy, Mark Offerdale for the USA.
Here's them. Hold here, guys. Go one. Another step, Nathan.
Key element here, this battle in the forwards, especially early on. Did some good things last week, Eddie Pettybourne against the Fijians.
He was aggressive, wasn't he, last week, Andrew?
That's Rice. Listed in the centres today.
Hold with me, wait for it.
Offerdale. Nathan Brown, one of, in the end, 4 defenders there. That's the halfway stripe. And it's the last tackle for the USA. Samoa the kick. Underneath it, Ceruto, who went back to fullback today, and Rice and Pettybourne there to greet him.
Good set for USA there, just to get into a bit of a rhythm. And you said that Josh Rice, named in the centres, has been playing in the forwards, and Beretta Faremo in jersey number 5 looks like he's lined up in the right centre position.
Well, that's Centroni who plays it. He was named in number 14. He's wearing 19 as Italy get its first crack. Approaching the halfway stripe. Lost ball there by Paul Vaughan, and good contact by Offerdale, and Pettybourne forces the error.
Well, Andrew, I think the biggest criticism of USA last week is they weren't physical in defence. They weren't getting their shoulders in, they were worrying about just too much of a wrestle. But what they've done that first set of 6 is they've got physical and turnover possession very early on.
In the defence. Ryan Burrows, good run. That's the 30-metre line. For Ramo. Mantellato was not letting him go there in a bear hugger. Shipway can't repeat his heroics of a week ago with that run.
Go. Mark is good. They're on there.
Oh, gee, showed some patience there, didn't he, in the end? Mason Ceruto. As the ball beat him over the touchline, the Italian fullback just let it go. It was a probing kick, Scott Sattler, and in the end, nice patience from the Italian fullback.
It's a good set, isn't it, from USA? Something they didn't get last week, especially in the first 40 minutes when they conceded so many points, was they got no field position at all. So the first time they've had a set of 6 in this half, they've been able to get field position, complete 2 sets of 6, get themselves, as I said before, in a nice rhythm.
To him, bind in, head in, 2 hands, out. It's fine.
He's even feeding scrums now, James Tedesco.
Well, what is going to be interesting is defensively, him being in the front line, and whether the USA and Brian McDermott is going to aim a lot of their defence at Tedesco and get him to make back-to-back tackles.
There's the 35-year-old captain, Mark Minicello.
Just hold here, hold, go, 2.
Alvaro coming off his best year in the NRL with the Parramatta Eels.
Go, 3. Out the back.
Deception from Tedesco takes him over halfway into USA territory.
Go, 4.
Brown, good ball to Vaughan. 32 metres out, last tackle Italy.
Forward, just play where you are.
Tedesco with the kick. And Maitland with the take for the USA. As they survive the first real raid from the Italians, just 15 metres out from their own line.
Hold Nathan. Go, 1. Just make sure you wait, Daniel. Move it out! Daniel, here. Go, 2.
Thought he was so impressive last week in a badly beaten side, Maitland, at fullback.
He was the fullback. He's busy, isn't he? Always putting himself around the ball, trying to get involved as much as possible, as did this young man, the right winger, Ryan Burrows, plays for the Toronto Wolfpack. He was really busy last week and had a lot of hit-ups.
They're on Pettybourne then.
Let's hold Daniel. Go.
Kick from Samoa. Just looking for the touchline here, and he's not going to find it. They work to do there, Mantellato, with the chase being led by Beretta Faraimo, and again, a lost ball there from the centre, Nathan Maloney. And what a chance this is going to be here as the knock-on is ruled. A great chance here for the USA, Scott.
Yeah, Brian McDermott would be ecstatic with the way they've started this game, Andrew. And just the enthusiasm and the energy from Beretta Faraimo on that kick chase, and then that tackle too. They got off their line really quickly to put pressure on that first runner.
Daniel,
Good kick, wasn't it? And a great chase by Faraimo.
Well, Menelato, he had to play at the ball, but it's just here, the energy getting off the line. The pass wasn't the best. But now, again, they get really good field
no,
position.
wait, guys, don't push the balls in. Mark, Nathan, Daniel, Nathan, I need you to bind, yep. Paul, bind around Nathan. Keep him in tight, Mason. No. Yeah, but you've got to wait for the ball to get in, okay? Yeah, wait till the ball's in, okay? Not out of his hand. Wait till it's in, not out of the hand. Let's go, Chewy, straight in. Let's go. Hold! Just get it in. Out. That's fine.
He did what he was told at the end. Shipway. Tedesco right around his legs.
And this is where you'd be lining a lot of your attack at James Tedesco, just out on that edge.
Had the big fend off a Dale, but Minicello holds on with supporters. Pettybourne. They've been well marked. Paul Vaughan is right on Eddie Pettybourne after Pettybourne forced the error from Vaughan earlier. Howard. Nathan Brown holding on for dear life. Freed. Intercept. The Italians are away. To the 30 they go, and the danger has been thwarted by Italy. The intercept swooped upon as they now look to turn defence into attack. Well, Brian McDermott, Scott, as you said, would be well pleased with the start, not well pleased, I think, with the finish to that set.
Now, and Tui Samoa, the number 7, as they try to spread early here, get up some easy yards, but Tui Samoa, the number 7, he needed to take control of that set.
Room here for Mantellato. Faraimo comes at him. That's the 30-metre line. Italy on the attack. Strong run by Paul Vaughan. Last tackle with the Italians. They're set left. Getty. Mantellato. Lost by Burrows. Taken by the hooker, Tramontana. Is that the first try for Italy?
Robert, we're back to tackle 1. I've got it going backwards off the USA. I have no try. I don't believe he regains possession, the number 9.
Well, it looks a little bit messy, doesn't it?
No try in the on-field ruling.
Players on the left are onside, the guy in the skull cap and to the right are off. Okay, can we just run it through and see where we go from here, please? So, they're going to be outside 10. They're outside 10, and that looks to go back. Can we have something close in on that catch, please, just to see who it comes back off? It looks to go back anyway. So Mantellato goes up. It's back. Back to 1. Has gone forward off the USA, so that with the first knock on. Can we just check that again to just check that it does go forward off? That's the USA man first, please.
Ask for camera 7, Rob.
Okay, mate. So that goes, yeah, that's gone forward off him. So we'll just run on from here. It's back to 0. Watch this pick up. Okay, it's in the air. He's got to regain control of that all in the hand. He's got hold of that. Yeah, I've got a decision going to the board.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Great hands, Tramontana, Italy. 4 lead the USA 0.
By number 9, Joseph Tramontana.
Great hands there from the hooker, Joseph Tramontana, the 20-year-old. And there was a nice kick from Getty, but Tramontana, gee, very, very impressive with his hands. He's plays for Canterbury, played under-20s and New South Wales Cup for the Bulldogs. Hasn't yet appeared in the NRL. Busy defensively last week against Ireland with 33 tackles. So often you see it, don't you? The one team attack, 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 and the other team scores. Here's the kick from Josh Mantellato. Gettable range for Mantellato. There you have it, 6 points to 0 in favour of Italy. What about the hand, Scott Sattler, from Joe Tramontana, the hooker?
Yeah, he comes with some pretty heavy reps, doesn't he, this young kid? Ryan Getty just puts a nice little deft kick up and he gets the challenge from Mantellato, but always great to see the hooker pushing through the middle. Great hands there with the juggle. Deemed to be knocked forward here by Ryan Burrows, so it was going to be 0 tackle either way. Great finish.
Yeah, in the end, it was always going to come down to the grounding. So now Italy will get the ball back with a 6-0 break. Malone.
Back straight, Josh, go.
Now Barrow into his opposite number, Offerdale. So does that try give Italy a chance to get on a bit of a roll? It's a big dummy from Tedesco. Hear the grunts and groans as the tackle's made on Jaden Walker. Last tackle Italy. That's with Ryan Getty. Gets away from Mirando.
Okay, on now, she gets past. Ball on.
Farley with the catch for the USA as Castellero led the chase.
And defensively, the USA, every time that James Tedesco has the ball in his hand, they need to just lock onto him defensively. Don't fall for dummies because he's so much speed across the ground. They've just got to be able to lock onto him and even hit him on suspicion.
Tough meters here for the USA. Brent Tate on the touchline. What have you made of the opening 10 minutes?
Yeah, it's been a great opening 10 minutes. You can see the Italians just starting to get the ascendancy, some quick play the balls. Their forwards are starting to roll up the ground, but a much better start by the USA this week.
Just outside their 30. Simona with the kick. Ceruto backtracking, but takes it well. Samoa leads the charge with Rice. All of a sudden, Italy finding themselves with some decent field position, although that was a sloppy play of the ball. And Ceruto, as you see, hand to his face, and that presents an opportunity to the USA.
It was a good return, wasn't it, from Ceruto? Good speed. What is going to be interesting, Andrew, this afternoon is the kicking games from both teams, because we've got Tedesco coming up into the halves, not a known kicker. You've also got Ryan Getty, who is a hooker, generally, not used to
Yeah,
general
shot there, the second
play.
shot.
10 metres! Daniel!
Hey, Daniel, make sure we hold, boys. Let's wait till it's out. Stay in, Nathan. Mason, bind in. In you go. Out.
Oh, it's a good ball too from Vaivai out there to Farley, who spilt it on the left wing. Opportunity goes begging for the USA. Scott, will the conditions play a role in this? 30 degrees, sweaty footy. Are we going to see a bit of this?
Yeah, it will. And of course, the skill level from the USA as well. That's right in the basket. It should have been finished off. Beautiful little movement there from Vaivai. Just skips to the outside just before he gets the ball. Unfortunately, they can't give up those opportunities, USA. They very rarely come.
Looking at that replay, that was perfectly done by Junior Vaivai.
In we go, Corey.
Unfortunately, it went in and out of the chest of Farley. So now the Italians get another crack.
It's an impressive forward pack, isn't it? It's Italy's.
Just here.
Well, Brown had a great year. Alvaro had a career year. Vaughan had one of the best opening halves of the season you could imagine with his new club, St George Illawarra. And there he is, tackled just short of halfway.
Okay, 2.
Nice ball by Brown.
It's okay.
And that's what hurt Fiji last week, the second phase play, and that's what Nathan Brown does better than most in the NRL.
Minicello on the angled run, passed off Adal. Support from Tramontana again, dragged down just short. Great tackle by Shipway. Ferramo had come across as well, and I reckon they're very happy to give away the penalty right in front of the sticks at a couple of metres out.
Just in line here, Joey. Our feet stay on the line, back foot on the line.
They're going to go for their second try here.
Wait, David. Yep.
Alvaro. Getty. Tedesco. Ceruto. And there's Castellaro.
Go, 2.
Vaughan. Right up the centre. Defence holding firm, 5 metres out from the line. Italy on the attack. Tedesco, great step. Rice can't stop him. Jimmy Tedesco is over to score for Italy. He scored one try in the 2013 World Cup as a setter. He scores one today as a 5'8", and Italy extend their lead 10 points to 0 over the USA.
Well, we mentioned earlier, didn't we, about James Tedesco, his footwork and his speed. It was first set up by the tremendous footwork from Mark Minicello. But we say we've got to lock on to Tedesco. You don't lock on, you overrun the play, he'll make you pay.
Great skills, Tedesco.
The 12's mark here, Robert, for USA.
Italy 10, USA 0.
Nice, Gary. I'll go to him.
Well, he's just the X factor, isn't he, James Tedesco? He had 19 carries last week against the Irish side, now playing at 5'8". We see his heavy involvement at the line. And once he got that footwork going, the 24-year-old, there was no stopping him. Beat one, beat two, and scored the try. He's got that ability, doesn't he, to make something out of nothing.
Well, my biggest concern with him playing in the halves is always, and you can be tricked into it when you play in the halves and it's out of position, you think, because I'm in the 5'8" position, I've got to pass. But what he's doing at the moment, he's thinking about running first, and that's the most important part of Tedesco's game this afternoon.
2 tries in 7 minutes for Italy. And here's Josh Mantellato. 20 metres in from touch. Italy converts its opportunities. They now lead the USA 12 points to 0.
It's the width of the pass from dummy half from Tramontana there that just gets the USA defence going sideways. And when you've got a player that's got the footwork and speed of Tedesco, he's always going to be a worry. And great performance there by James Tedesco.
Just keep that speed up, man.
So now the USA, they need to find a way to stay in this game. Physically, Scott, they've been fine, but it's just when they've had the opportunity, they've lacked some polish. And now that's off the hands of Getty for Italy. So yet another opportunity presents itself for the USA. This will be a goal line dropout for the Italians.
Well, their first restart after the first try, they peppered that corner down where Getty is and Mantellato
Stay behind.
and Centroni. And nearly came up with the result
Stay
before
behind.
as well.
Let's go, James. Stay behind.
Changes have started for the USA with Hiku Malu coming onto the field. Oh, Burrows! He'll be looking to find one to dig a hole.
Not gone. He was behind.
So
He touched the ball.
the mistakes continue. And now Italy get a reprieve.
Just
The
here,
scrum
guys.
feet just out, well, just short of halfway.
Just over here, Mark.
Poor Ryan Burrows. It took a pretty quick bounce on him. And that expression tells us that, well, says
Make
1,000
sure you bind
words.
around, Nathan.
On the 10, Ryan.
These mistakes that Brian McDermott would have been desperately hoping
Especially
not
the
to
arm
see, especially in this first 20 minutes.
Daniel, arms around Nathan. Bind in, Joey. Let's go, Corey. Bind him in. Arms around David. Beretta. Let's go, bending. Get your feet down. Get in, Ryan. Out.
That's Walker. Their own 40-metre line, Italy. 2 converted tries to start this one. The pass from Alvaro, beautifully scooped up in the end by Brown. Right in the centre of the ground. Wherever Vaughan is, Pettybourne is sure to follow. Evasive skills from Brown. That's 30 metres out from the goal line. Malone. Minicello. Lovely pass. Mantellato dives into the corner to score Italy's third. Brilliantly done by Italy. Great ball movement. Try awarded, and Italy up by 16 points to nil.
Yeah, good exchange of passing and going to the go-to man in Mark Minicello again. He just, again, shows fantastic agility, good footwork, and even better strength. Great step off the left there from Milanay, and just the strength here from Minicello to make the ball available for Mantellato.
The Italians leading 16 points to nil over the USA. Mantellato crossing to score the try, and now he'll attempt the conversion. So 2 out of 2 and a try. Nice opening quarter of the game for Josh Mantellato. His experience, he's a 30-year-old. Played for Wyong Roos in the New South Wales Cup this year. Played a couple of games in the NRL for Newcastle. And a chance for Josh Mantellato to convert his try. He had one of his career highlights at the 2013 World Cup against Wales, where he scored a try, kicked 4 goals, 1 man of the match. He's got some experience and now a tough conversion, but a lovely try in the end, Scott Sattler.
Yeah, it was. And with Mark Minicello, the experience that he's got with ball in hand, he's creating a lot of concern for the right-hand side defence for USA around Eddie Pettybourne.
To convert his own try right on the touchline.
No.
Just misses. 16-0 Italy leading the USA.
Italy 16, USA 0.
It was a nice step by Mark Minicello, wasn't it, Scott? And then Malone.
Well, it was one of his trademarks when he played in the NRL. He worked so hard on his game, and Andrew, I might say, one of the most professional players I've ever come across, Mark Minichiello, and his time at the Gold Coast Titans. 35 years of age, still going strong in the UK Super League as Santi brings the ball back from the restart.
Just came onto the field right before that third try was scored. That doesn't help the USA.
High tackle as well, Matt.
Penalty against Shipway. Right on the Italian 20-metre line. And this 16 points they've scored here in the opening 20 minutes is their highest ever first half tally in a World Cup game. That's Santi. Alvaro over halfway. 40 out for the USA line. Nice ball by Tedesco. Big hit as well. That was Vai. Cleaned up Jaden Walker. No offload this time from Brown. 23 metres out. Getty. Pettyborn all over Minichiello. Last tackle here for the Italians. Getty. Tedesco. Work to do. Farley lost it. Oh, just over the dead ball line. That lunge coming from Castellaro. And in the end, the USA survive. They'll have a 20-metre tap.
Well, it was a good kick, wasn't it, Tedesco? He showed to the outside, and the far winger for the United States had to come up into the defensive line, which allowed Tedesco just to sneak that kick through the line. Good balance. Just the right amount of weight also.
Good run, Ryan Burrows managed to get past Tedesco. Nowhere to go for Shipway. Approaching halfway, USA. Shrimp into Italian territory. Offerdale. Alvaro and Tramontana combine. Freed with the kick. Good one from Christian Freed. Scott Sattler, I reckon that's just what the USA needed. That set, that finish.
I alluded to it earlier on. It's going to be interesting, the kicking games. I'll go back to that because Tui Samoa, the half, number 7 for USA, usually a hooker. Ryan Getty, usually a hooker. Also Tedesco, not a known kicker. So the kicking game is really what can win or lose this game for both the sides.
Just gives the USA a bit of a breather, bit of field position after conceding 3 tries in an 11-minute period to the Italians.
Find him in, Corey. Junior, arms around. Just wait, just wait. Go, James. Out!
Centrone. Nice feet, Malone. Just short of halfway in the end. Santi off the long run. Brown. In the end, it's going to be a penalty for offside. It was a loose ball from Brown, but a good result for Italy.
You're on the ground back of that play the ball, you never retreated.
Offside the USA, and that was Danny Howard.
Okay.
What a great tackle also from Matt Shipway. Got straight underneath the rib cage of Nathan Brown.
Back here, guys. Just here, just here.
So they're conceding some mistakes to USA, and now the first 3 penalties of the game. Move, blindside, Getty. Back it comes to the halfback, Ryan Getty, running off Josh Mantellato, and Italy get their 4th. That was a planned move down the short side. Getty started it, and Ryan Getty finishes it for the Italians.
A lot of teams, they always neglect the short side. And this is a set play, and it's a well-worked set play from Mark Minichiello, involved again with Getty. And Mantellato involved in everything here this afternoon.
Italy now lead the USA 20 points to 0. This Ryan Getty, interesting figure, as you've mentioned. Scott, he's played a lot of hooker. He's played over 140 games in the Queensland Cup. He actually played all 3 games for Italy at the last World Cup in the halfback position. He's a carpenter, and he's someone looking to impress on the grand stage here in Townsville, and that was a beautiful way to set up the try and back up to score it as well for the Italians. It's a lovely planned move, wasn't it, that try?
It is, and it's also a part of the field that gets neglected quite a bit. The Bulldogs, I think, were one of the first teams to really try and expose that short side off a penalty many years ago. Because you sit there on that short side and you think the ball's never coming your way, then all of a sudden...
Dare I say, sometimes you're hoping. Having a little rest. Here's Mantalato. Handy position for him. Never looked like missing. That's his 3rd goal, and it's now Italy 22, the United States 0.
Scott, just going to give Nathan Milanea just a big rap here. It's the run that he does there to create that overlap on the outside. He's proved a real handful on this left edge for the Italians. Great footwork, he's big, he's strong, and he's becoming a real handful. So great little player, the great future.
He has been, hasn't he? Really good left foot step. He gets the defender to overchase him. As again, off the restart, they nearly get a result, the Hawks.
Fair to say, Scott, for all the good that Italy has shown us in attack, their weakness today, catching the kickoff. Santi, another strong run. In the tackle there, one of the bench players for the USA, CJ Cordolano. First time we've seen him. Brian McDermott planning to use every single player in the squad throughout this World Cup. Just outside the 30-metre line. Last tackle though for Italy. It's Tedesco with the kick. Did well from the high bounce, Farley. For the USA, plenty of work to do with a very tough set of 6 coming up right here.
Well, this is where they've really struggled, even last week against Fiji, just getting out of their own quarter. Going ahead in numbers is something they didn't do last week, which is what Italy are doing very well today. They're going ahead in numbers, and there's always support.
Pettybourne backs his way over his own 30. Kick under pressure from Makelum. Oi, a little juggle there, but Cerudo, nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. Just short of halfway by 10 metres or so is where Italy start this set. Get the feeling once they get past that hurdle of catching the ball from the kick, they're pretty well spot on. That's the halfway stripe. Centrone, good run. Over the USA, 40. She's been a handful. Minicello, Getty. Tramontana, the dummy half for Italy, having a whale of a game. Tedesco. Walker. Shipway again, a good tackle with 3. Last tackle inside the 10-metre line, Italy looking for their 5th. Tedesco. Fraction too much juice on it from James Tedesco, and USA will get not only a 20-metre tap, but 7 tackles.
Well, he's involved in everything, isn't he, Tedesco? I like what he's doing with the ball in hand, especially on the last tackle. Yes, there was a little bit too much weight on it, but at least he's looking for options on his outside first.
Impressive runner of the footy, isn't he, Burrows? That's their first penalty of the day. Mirando tackled by Minicello. And that's handy for the USA. They need some footy. They need to apply some pressure.
And it does wonders for you, just your energy levels when you're playing in this heat, and you just get that 15 or 20 seconds when you can regather your thoughts and then get back into your process.
30 metres out. 10-metre plus surge there for Ramo. Farley had a dummy. 10 metres out from the Italian goal line. Pettybourne, lovely ball. Offerdale intercept, dropped, lost, recovered. Scrum feed USA. They'll get another shot at this. It was nearly an intercept again to the Italians.
But it was beautiful play also from Pettybourne and Offerdale, the two front rowers combining. And we spoke about it earlier where they weren't going to head in numbers. And this is what happens when you do go forward in numbers. You create opportunities.
Cheers, mate.
In the end, it probably wasn't in the best position to throw the pass, the captain Offerdale, but they get another chance through.
Nathan, on the line.
Good luck rather than good management.
Find in.
Nathan!
So Wakeman gets his opportunity out there after a week of headlines he'd rather not have had.
Out.
Ferrimo did well to beat Malone. Maitland. Good run. Maitland. Short, lost it, knocked it on. Ferrimo was there to pick up the scraps, but it had been lost. He did so much good work, the fullback Corey Maitland, but down she went.
He's so willing, isn't he, Andrew? He's been involved in everything from the first week, the first round, and again, just falls short. Well, that gets knocked out by the knee of the player. The ball actually doesn't come out of Maitland's hands. That should be play on.
Second row was on Locks blind.
I think that's the wrong call.
And it's not one they can change.
Make sure you stay in, boys. Corey, stay in. Bind in, Joey. Just hold there, David.
So now the Italians
Feet stay
deep
down,
in their
Eddie.
own
Feet down,
territory.
Eddie. Out.
They haven't made many errors, the USA, but it's where they've made them. 8 out of 12 completions. But again, it's been when they've had Italy under pressure is where they've spilled the footy.
Mark straight. Go. 2, they're fine.
Italy up to their own 30-metre line.
Go. 3 markers are fine.
Santi.
Let go, Mark. And again, Eddie, just here. Hold here. Go. 4.
Good defence.
Let go.
That's Reith Miller who's come onto the field.
All good, Mark, all good.
Off left.
Joey, give 10.
Getty with the kick. Too big. Out on the full. So, a mistake there from the Italian halfback, Ryan Getty. Means a changeover for the USA just into Italian territory by 2 or 3 metres. I guess when you're leading 22-0, you can afford to make the odd mistake or two. When you're 22-0 down, you can't, but can the USA make them pay here? Wakeman with the tackle.
Mark straight. Go. 1.
Vai past Santi.
Strong when he runs, isn't he?
You can see the class that had him as an NRL player 6 years ago. USA 20 metres out from the Italian goal line. Mirando, Offerdale. Captain on captain. Minicello over the top. 15 metres out.
Go. 4.
Cordolano, Pettybourne. Lovely tackle down low, Santi. Last tackle USA, the Hawks. What a great ball for Mirando. He did well to pick it up, but he had absolutely 0 to go. Nowhere to roam. And it's a changeover for the Italians just out for their own goal line.
Again, it's the 5th tackle options when you don't have players in the halves that are used to playing the role of controlling and managing the rhythm of the game. We saw Getty put one out on the full, and now the USA not getting to the end of their set.
Still some heavy contact up the middle. Centrone. Another good run there by Joe Tramontana. Into USA territory. Couple of tackles left in the set. Tedesco. Great defence, Shipway. And still he nearly found a way through. Last tackle with Getty. Been a mixed bag with his kicking game. Maitland does well despite the presence of Nathan Malone, and the USA will start this set just outside their own 10-metre mark. Freed's tackled after the risky offload by the winger Burrows. Get the feeling here, Scott, Italy's up for a big set of 6 here on the USA goal line.
Well, as a defensive side, you can look up and just see how bunched the USA are, and it makes it quite easy. As a team, you can then condense, get off your line really quickly, and with one out runners, it makes it quite an easy defensive set. As we see again, 4 tacklers on that one player.
It's Tochterman who's on the field. Maitland, tip and chase. Over halfway, Maitland. 30 to go. Another chip, charged down by Mantellato, and it's play on for Italy. Thrilling play by the USA fullback Corey Maitland, and great scramble by Josh Mantellato to save the day for Italy. They turn defence into attack. Tedesco, Castellaro, the defence from Farley.
It's exciting, wasn't it?
Thrilling play. Wakeman. Just outside the USA 30. Reith Mueller, he's got support, and there he is again, Joe Tramontana. He gets his second for Italy. What a great try. About 45 seconds after it looked like Maitland might score a genius try for the USA. The Italians, they're over for their 5th. They lead 26 points to 0.
Again, it's players going ahead in numbers. Look at the support here that Reith Mueller's got. He sized up the situation beautifully, knows his number 9's coming through the middle. Second try to the number 9.
Italy 26, USA 0. So Tramontana, who's having a wonderful game in general play, is exhausted after that because that came from the Maitland double chip and chase. And then great work by Mantellato, and backing up eventually was again Joseph Tramontana. As we mentioned earlier, coming through the lower grades at Canterbury, he's got NRL written all over him.
The thing I love about this kid, Andrew, is that as you like with every fullback and every hooker, when the ball's still in motion and you're nowhere near the ball, you need to be backing up through the middle there. It's his second try of the World Cup. That's all come in this one day. But on both occasions now he's scored tries. It's from backing up through the middle of the field, knowing the ball is going to come back to you in some way. He's very active, he's busy. Exactly what you need from your number 9.
His performance is so much different to what happened 7 days ago at Barlow Park in Cairns for the Italians.
They got hijacked, didn't they?
Yep.
Out enthused.
Now it's Mantellato looking for his 4th of the day and probably his easiest kick right in front. As halftime approaches here at beautiful Townsville Stadium, where it's hot, sunny, and the Italians are on fire. Mantellato makes it 4 out of 5, and it's the Italians over the USA 28 points to 0.
Well, he's been very impressive, Tramontana, today, and he's done what every good hooker should do, back up through the middle. But it's the Italians' ability to transition from defence into attack that created that try, and the USA just never quite recovered. But he's been very impressive today, the young hooker.
Just with that conversion too, the winger, Mantellato, 12 points in the game. That equals Italy's record for a single game, which he held back in 2013. Only 90 seconds left before the break. There you go, they've caught a kickoff. Santi. So 28-0 in the first 38 minutes. That's the Italian 20-metre line. Wakeman playing. Good hit on Tedesco.
That was good defence because they locked onto him. They didn't fall for the dummy.
They're not just heading to the sheds here, leading 28-0. They're still trying for something. Great tackle, Pettybourne on Santi. Last tackle, Italy. Just into USA territory. It's Tedesco with the kick.
Good kick.
Maitland under it. Oh, he lost it. There was pressure coming through from Reith Mueller, and down she goes. Oh no, it's a penalty to the USA.
I got called the wrong name, but you're offside.
Wrong identification there by the referee, Ashley Klein, but the right team penalised. It goes to the USA just outside their 20 as we head into the last 30 seconds of the half.
Well, it was a good kick from Tedesco. He just threw it up in the middle of the field, and hopefully his chasers can put enough pressure on Maitland.
Yeah, well, Reith Muller was offside. Another chip and chase. Maitland can't come away with it. Love what he's trying to do. The Italians fall on the footy just before half-time. Here's the siren. And what an impressive half of football by the Italian team, leading the USA at the break 28 points to 0.
Here in Townsville this afternoon, check the scoreboard, Italy 28, USA 0. Please give both sides a big round of applause.
5 tries in that first half, Scott Sattler, for the Italian team. Clearly they've come here with a point to prove after a miserable week for them to open their World Cup campaign, and aren't they doing well?
Well, they had to answer their critics, didn't they, Andrew? And they did that in the first half. USA started off very impressively, but Brent Tate touched on it. Their ability to transition from attack into defence has really hurt them here this afternoon.
Well, speaking of Brent Tate, he's down there with Italian front rower Paul Vaughan.
Well, Paul, a much better first half performance this week.
Yeah, man, I think we still got a hold on the ball there. I don't think our completions were too good, but you know, we can put in some points when we do have the ball. So yeah, good signs.
Good luck second half.
Cheers, thanks, mate.
Here with Christian Freed, had your opportunities, but execution just letting you down.
Yeah, we just got to complete sets and stop making mistakes in defence. Just got to turn around, try to hold the ball, and we might do something in the second half.
Good luck second half.
Cheers, mate.
So there you have it. The Americans, not much to cheer about at half-time. It's all Italy in this Pool D match. Italy go into half-time, leading the USA by 28 points to 0 on the back of 5 wonderful tries. Italy so impressive in that first half, leading 28-0 as the USA first team out for the second half. The flag is flying. In fact, there's a mixture of a family right there. One USA, one Italian flag. But tell you what, Scott Sattler, the USA have all the work to do, having conceded 5 tries in that first half dominated by the blue of Italy.
Yeah, they have, but they've had some really good opportunities, Andrew, with good field position. They blew one opportunity that was created by Junior Vaivai on that left-hand side. So it's quite obvious the players that have created the most concern for Italy is Corey Maitland, the fullback, and Junior Vaivai. So they need to get as much ball as possible to those players to create momentum.
Well, they've been the standouts, haven't they, along with Matt Shipway's defence at times for the USA. But Italy, given opportunities, they've been terrific at converting opportunities into points. So the USA will get us started for this second 40 minutes, trailing 28-0 by the boot of Junior Vaivai. Brendan Santi. He's been good off the bench here. That's a good offload. Chiruto. That's the Italian 30-metre line. Good run by Walker, running off Brown. Getty. Malone. In fact, that's Nathan Malone, who's been showing some very impressive footwork. 32 out for the USA goal line. Last tackle for Italy. Comes away to Getty. The chase comes through from Mantellato, but it's cleaned up beautifully at the back by Ryan Burrows, but he's taken by Malone and Santi in the in-goal area. Great pressure from the Italians. Terrific kick from Ryan Getty. And despite his best efforts, Ryan Burrows could not get back into the field of play.
Just to try and expand on the momentum they got in that first half. That's a perfect set of 6, Andrew, to start this second half. Putting a high ball up from about 25 metres out from the try line.
You see the black armband there on Ryan Burrows and now Maitland, and that is in memory of the lives lost in that terror strike in New York City during the previous week. Here's Maitland, shown some good work with his feet already today. Wakeman. 30 out from the goal line. Reef Muller to play it. Italy looking dangerous again early in this second half. Getty, Minicello. Looked fractional, that pass, didn't it? Just out for the goal line. Some may say it looked blatantly forward. Shannon Wakeman. Rice over the top with CJ Cortellano. Last tackle, Tedesco. Not a great kick. Oh, lost, I think, knocked on there by the USA. Play on, Centrone. Tedesco, they won't stop him. He's over in the corner, James Tedesco. That'll be a double for the Italian vice-captain, and they extend the lead to 32 blocks.
Yeah, it was the pass from the number 9, Tramontana, that got the width and got it on the edge of the Italian. Look at that big long pass there. Gets it to Tedesco, and straight away it's asking questions. And then it's just a matter of which player wants it the most. Gets the ball out to Tedesco. He's always too hard to stop, even at NRL level.
Italy 32 lead the United States 0. James Tedesco, tell you what, he's looked good at 5'8". He's looked confident, he's looked calm. As Italy look to win just their second World Cup game, their first win coming at the 2013 World Cup over Wales, 32-16, but they are in total control here, having scored the opening 6 tries of the game. Tedesco gets his second. Tramontana has 2 tries as well for this flying Italian team.
We spoke about it earlier, Andrew, what I have liked about James Tedesco and his 3rd try for the World Cup, 3rd in his career, is Cameron Ciraldo would have said to him during the week, I'm going to play you in the halves. He was very frustrated last week. He could see that he was trying to do everything on his own. The halves for Italy were not creating opportunities for him and giving him space. And he was getting frustrated in that game. So Cameron Ciraldo, his only message would have been, I want you to think run first. Don't even worry about passing. If you use speed, you'll create space. And it's exactly what he's done here this afternoon.
It's paying dividends, those instructions being absolutely adhered to. So a tough one here for Josh Mantellato. 4 from 5 in the first half to go with a try. There's the angle, and he's taken it back beyond the 30. That's a booming kick from Josh Mantellato. And it's now the Italians up 34-0 over the USA.
Well, a halftime report from both coaches. Brian McDermott was surprisingly happy with USA's performance. He said besides a couple of soft tries, they'd been very competitive. He did stress to them in good ball they were 2 tradesmen-like, and he wants them to come up with some more creative options. And Cameron Ciraldo, well, he was very happy with his team performance. He wants them to keep ploughing through the middle, create some ruck speed, then look to attack the edges. And the way they've started this second half, the Italians, he'll be very happy.
That's Brent Tate. Scott Sattler next to me. I'm Andrew Moore, and this is the USA getting planned away again. Tedesco with the catch, Wakeman with the carry.
They've been very impressive, haven't they, on the back of last week's performance against Ireland. But I think what has really impressed and what will impress Cameron Ciraldo is just how they just keep going ahead and forward in numbers. Numbers outside, numbers inside, asking questions of the defence.
Okay, 4. You're trying to push forward.
That's Tedesco from inside his own 40. Burrows. He's been strong on the return. Beat a defender there too before Tramontano gets him over the top. Quarter halfway, USA territory.
Don't push him, okay? He's played the ball sideways.
A welcome penalty there for the USA. At 14 metres short of halfway. Shove coming from the marker. And now the USA through Maitland to find touch and get back inside Italian territory.
If they get the opportunity up in that attacking area. I want to see Christian Freed take Eddie Pettyborn and Beretta Farema, take them to the line flat. Two big, powerful players, ask questions of Italy's defence.
Oh dear. Miranda with a knock on, running off Freed. They spill it again, and the Italians have it just outside their own 40-metre line through Shannon Wakeman. Ooh. Poor pass there by Castellaro. Knock on Italy. So the mistakes come early here, Scott Sadler.
Yeah, it's the right call from Ashley Klein. As he forces the pass and tries to get the quick ball, it goes forward into the Tomahawks player. Just see it here. It's good pressure there from the number 17, Gabrielle Farley.
Yeah, I think Jaden Walker, the second rower, knocked it on also. So every which way you look at it, USA scrum feed here.
Second rower looks fine. Mason buying it in, just wait. Christian, wait.
Can they hold the ball for an attacking set?
Now. Out!
Great ball by Pettyborn to Makelam. No chip and chase this time. 30 metres out from the Italian line. Great run by Shipway, almost reminiscent of a week ago against Fiji. Rice. Strong run, good tackle by Tedesco. Vai.
Offside.
Played the advantage there, Ashley Klein, but the Italians caught inside the 10.
Just wait, Junior.
So repeat set here for the USA, looking for their first points on a sweltering day, and there's a cramp.
Well, Matt Shipway hit the ground as the ball came out to the left. It looked like a sniper shot him from the grandstand. It looked as though at one stage there they had numbers. Watch this here. Takes off.
Where's the sniper? Shipway after that long run looking in a bit of pain there. And he's been invaluable again for the USA.
He's been one of their best players in the first two rounds. When he runs on those angles back against the grain, back against the defence, he gets one-on-one with defence, and usually a lot of the time he sneaks his head through, gets on the front foot for his hooker.
Let's check in downstairs, Brent Tate.
Yeah, Scott, I'd like to see them try and get to Vai or Farema with some early ball. They've been quite a handful every time they've got some ball with open space. So I'd really like to see this USA side just create some width and get those boys some nice early ball.
Equally, don't they need Vai and Farema on the same side of the field?
Stay on the line.
It was last week, they're on the same side of the field, centre wing combination.
Just keep him in line.
Gabriel Farley's been playing outside of Vai.
I'd personally move Vai
anywhere in line with that
to 5'8".
So the USA, after that Shipway injury, it looks as though Hiku Malu may come on for it. No, Shipway says, I want to stay.
Go.
And here come the Americans. There's David Ulch. Miranda. Freed with a knock on. And once again, the error comes from the Tomahawks as they go on the attack against Italy.
It's just about the basics. Don't worry about what's going on outside you. Just worry about the job at hand. And the first job that Freed has got here is just take possession and then worry about what's happening after that. Unfortunately, they're frustrated. They're tired, but they're also frustrated because they look up and they see the scoreboard.
The pain on the man's face who was born on the 4th of July, Christian Freed. So scrum feed for Italy, and Freed still carrying that.
Move there! He's 10 with me! 20. Go one.
Good run by Santi, straight through Pettyborn. Been a bit of a weapon off the bench.
Markers are good.
Oh, big hit by Rice and also Malu, and down she goes. Riefenmuller couldn't handle it. It is hot, the ball would be slippery, and the Americans, the USA, have a chance through Pettyborn now.
Move there, get hit first. Back here.
Struggling to get up there, Pettyborn, and even the hooker there, Joe Tramontana,
Just have a quick look.
is expressed concern there for Pettyborn's right knee. Get some sort of cannonball there.
Oh,
Santi.
it's dangerous, isn't it?
Third man in.
He hit his up there and it went down.
Started at the hip though,
It's not
really.
dangerous, is it?
Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
If players tackled around the legs like you're taught, that sort of stuff doesn't happen when you've got two players that are physically holding a player up, and it's a free shot, and it's all within the rules of the game, but sometimes it's not fair on players.
We tackle one.
We haven't seen
play
as
side
much
by
of
the
that in the NRL and Super League in the last few years as we had done
there.
for a long time before that. Good news is Pettybourne looks like he's well enough to continue.
whistle. Tackle away there. Tackle one.
The USA have an opportunity here. Ulch.
All right. Move Nathan! Back foot! Back foot! Go, shoot. That's good.
Freed. Maitland. Fence up in his face. Tedesco. That's the 10-metre line. Oh, Freed couldn't handle it. Miranda didn't know where it was. Now he's got it. 22 metres out from the Italian line, USA. Freed. He said he wanted to see him take a couple of others with him that time. He was on his own. Vaughan the defender. Last tackle. Oh, Rice. In and out she went. Picked up by the Italians. Look out. Over the 30, Tedesco. Over halfway. Will Vai get him? Tedesco's got 20 to go. Beats one. Beats two. Ulch can't make the tackle. Finally brought down 8 metres out. Gee, they did well to get him. They've got all the numbers left. Italy and Vaughan goes right. They had about 7 on 3 to the left. Chiruto. They could still go to the left and score. 2 metres out from the goal line, Italy. Looking for their 7th. Getty, another lost ball. This time it's the captain, Mark Minicello.
USA ball.
But do you agree, Scott? They had about 3 opportunities to send it left on that occasion, and they never went that way.
You know what? But you got to take your hat off here as we see the replay. It's dropped by Rice and good footwork by Tedesco. But look at the chase here from Junior Vaivai. He gets rid of Maitland. Fantastic chase from Vaivai. He could have given up. It would have been easy for him to give up and watch the back of Tedesco. But because of his chase, other players backed him up as well. But you got to take your hat off to USA. They got off their line on 3 occasions and shut that down from the outside.
It's a slightly poorly timed pass, wasn't it, to Minicello on that occasion?
Well, it was rushed. It was rushed because Danny Howard, the number 11, he got off his line, he put pressure on the ball receiver and forced the play. If he would have sat back on his heels, they would have gone through the hands, scored an easy try.
All right.
34-0 to the
He's
Italians.
allowed to hook, but I want him to be bound to start with. Yeah, and you're not going to put your feet through to the ball's in the front.
Era starting to build.
It's in. It's out.
Malu, nowhere to go.
Go. Stand down.
Very good defence from Italy. Undone with a hand on the football from Tramontana. And the USA get a penalty they were nearly begging for, 10 metres out from their own line.
Again, it's one of those periods where they really need the rest after chasing Tedesco nearly all the way to Cairns.
On the line. Wait for the tap.
USA have
Wait.
picked up the last 5 penalties. Vaivai.
No, play the ball. You leave him alone. Go, 1. Just play it.
Rice holds on to this one.
Joey, get up.
7 short of halfway.
Straight. Go, 2.
Hold Nathan left.
Pettybourne in centre field.
Go, sorry, Nathan.
Maitland. Corners offside. 6 penalties in a row for the USA.
Good work here by Eddie Pettybourne. He gets a really quick play of the ball, and Maitland sees the opportunity, seizes it, and gets the result.
Yeah, it's Nathan middle on.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Wonky looking kick there from Freed.
When you're behind on the scoreboard, Andrew, there's only one way you can get yourself back into the game. That's just through aggression, whether it's defence or running the ball. And that's what Eddie Pettybourne does well.
So the USA still in search of first points. That's Ulch. David Ulch, who came off the bench over the 20-metre line.
Go, 2.
Good take in the end there by Sam Tochteman. And as usual, Tramontana, the Italian hooker, in the thick of everything. Freed. Good defence by Brown. 3 metres out. Mirando. What can Rice do with that? Ulch. Pettybourne. Nathan Malone takes him for a ride into the deck. Last tackle coming up here for the red, white and blue. Freed. Howard. Touchline. USA, another opportunity, but the Italians' defence held very, very firm there, Scott Sattler, as they will take with increasing pride the fact that they haven't conceded a point yet in this game.
There's good defence, good speed off the line. Minicello got off his line and put some pressure on Eddie Pettybourne. It gave the opportunity for his defensive line to get their numbers on the short side for the next ruck.
Just move! Mark straight. Go. One. Mark is good.
Mason Chiruto playing fullback today with Terry Campese ruled out, and there's
that's a flop.
First penalty in a while going to the Italians.
Joshua flop.
Josh Rice penalised there, just outside the Italian 20-metre line. Touch found on halfway. Just the one try in this second half for Italy in the 3rd minute through Tedesco. Lost ball by Mark Minicello, his second. And the USA get the chance to take a breather. Well, there's the Italian 5'8", Terry Campese, yet to get on the field here, copping a ribbing from his mates. Minicello claims there, Scott, that he was getting too much interference coming through from Sam Tochteman.
Well, your hand is always going to be on the ball as a defender.
Joey, I want your arms around.
It's happened since 1908.
Arms around both, Joey. Paul, arms around Joey. Wait. Okay, let's get it in. Out.
Burrows, such a strong runner of the footy.
Move now.
Ferramo.
Stand up.
That's the Italian 40-metre line. Pettybourne.
10 metres here. Come on, Joey, go.
Christian Freed. Propensity to take on the line in recent attacking opportunities for the USA. Samoa back on the field. Maitland. He's got the fend, he's got the chip and chase, he's got it all going, Corey Maitland. Just doesn't have anything to reward himself for. Last tackle, I'm not sure Offerdale is aware. Just come back on the field, the captain, Mark Offerdale, and he's caught with the footy change over to Italy.
That set of 6 was a pure indication and the perfect example of what their coach Brian McDermott talks about, where they haven't spent a lot of time together, they haven't been able to build combinations, so it's really just one out from everyone, worrying about an individual game rather than creating combinations.
Still got it. Hold here. Go, 2.
Just always has that defence in 2 minds, Nathan Brown. Couldn't offload there. Alvaro back on the field. Nice strong gallop. That's his own 40-metre line. There's Brown again with the offload to Vaughan. Getty backing up, and also the hooker coming through, Tramontana. Back to Paul Vaughan, and the big number 8 is over. Italy get their 2nd of the half. Their 7th of the afternoon. Hugs all round for Paul Vaughan, and it's Italy 38, now leading the USA 0.
Again, I'll reiterate how impressive they've gone ahead in numbers today. And again, outside numbers, Nathan Brown, that beautiful short ball onto Vaughan. And Vaughan keeps himself alive, the big man, to score a very important try for a big front rower.
Italy all over the USA, 38-0 they lead. Well, Paul Vaughan, 26 years of age, coming off his best season in the NRL with St George Illawarra, where he represented New South Wales country for the 4th year in a row against City Origin. Also played for the Prime Minister's 13 in Port Moresby in September. Qualifies for Italy through his grandmother. And this is his 5th World Cup game, averaging 154 metres per game. Paul Vaughan, great try for Italy.
Again, just for Paul Vaughan, such a big man to push up outside Nathan Brown, make himself available like he did, push forward into space. Just always asking questions of the defence, the Italians. But again, the most impressive part of that, Andrew, is just his ability to stay alive after giving the ball to Trey Montana.
So Modelato looking for his 6th goal of the day. This is right in front. Bang, no problems. The Italians, 40, lead the USA 0.
Well, it's a little number 9 again, Trey Montana, just up the middle, supporting. He's had a huge afternoon, 23 tackles, 7 hit-ups, 2 tries. And again here, puts himself in a great position to deliver another last pass for a try. He's had an outstanding afternoon.
We see very few players, especially loose forwards in the back row, that use little subtle skills, a short passing game, like Nathan Brown in his time with South Sydney and now with Parramatta. He's one of those very few players that looks like he's got a bit of an open license wherever he plays.
Good take from Montana. Tell you, you'll be enjoying watching this young bloke play, Joe Tramontana. The new Canterbury coach, Dean Pay. I know Michael Leisha, the Canterbury Lebanon hooker, has re-signed, but geez, a promising young player. 10 short of halfway, Italy.
There is again Pettybourne trying to get out of the line and trying to change the fortunes of his side.
Okay, 4 markers, good.
Ryan McDermott, plenty of questions to answer after this game. As we get we're into the final quarter of it. And Italy 32 metres out. Last tackle for them. Getty. Pressure on Makelum. Did well again. Great chase as well from Italy. And in the end, I don't know what else he could have done there, Corey Makelum. He was under the footy, Scott. He did very, very well to take it, and the chase was excellent as well from Chiruta.
Yeah, Ryan Getty's high ball on the 5th tackles has been, their weight has been perfect. What's going to be the big test now for the Italians, and the message going out from Cameron Ciraldo will be, even though we're 40-0 up, do not take your foot off the gas. We need a lot of urgency. We still need to have that hunger.
Tedesco. That's Vaughan. 23 metres out. Alvaro, angled run. Took through to stop him.
Tuning on the left.
Getty.
That's okay, what's the arm?
Makelum there with the tackle. That's the goal line, 2 metres away for Italy.
Ryan, just play the ball. Okay.
That time he was at first receiver, Tramontana. They keep it alive though. Chiruto. Past Ulch. Got past Malu. Tedesco. Brown. What can he do here? Beats one, puts on a fender and gets the offload away to Chiruto. Desperate defence coming through by Offerdale, the captain, and Malu. Last tackle, Italy. I'm not sure Vaughan knew it.
It's okay.
Recovered by Burrows for the USA, and they survived that attacking raid. There's still 17 minutes left to play here. It's all Italy, but they did well to hang on there, the USA, and they get a penalty because the markers for Italy were not square on.
And it was a tremendous tackle from David Miranda, the hooker for USA. He got off the line when Paul Vaughan ran onto that ball and just chopped him at the knees and stopped him in his tracks.
Come on, guys, I just want some effort.
Perfect technique.
Move, Nathan.
The USA's 40-metre line. Burrows. Italian defence has been very good, but what about that differential? More than twice the amount of metres gained by the Italian team. Offerdale. Tedesco did his job there in defence. A little sloppy stuff. Samoa cleans up though. Toctman. 38 out from the goal line. Last tackle, USA. Freed. Under pressure from Alvaro. Ooh, Cheruto let it bounce. Here comes Maitland. Does he get his reward there? No. Over the dead ball line it goes. Great pressure from Maitland. The hippie shakes for Mason Cheruto. But in the end, it is a knock-on by the USA and a change over to the Italians, 10 out from their own line.
Well, he's trying to make something out of nothing, isn't he, Maitland? He's like a little ever-ready bunny. He just does not stop. Looks for every opportunity. He's knocked that ball on there, but again, he's pushing through the line, asking questions.
He's been their standout today. Christoph Calgary. Good run again by Nathan Malone.
Hasn't he got beautiful late footwork, Malone, the 4.
Ulch with the tackle with Malu. That's the halfway line, right in centre field. Vaughan. Oh, he desperately wanted to pass to somebody, anybody, but there's no one there. Last tackle. Getty over the head of Burrows. But too strong for Josh Mantelado, steaming through. Now puts his hands on his head. And the USA to get the footy back about 14 metres out from their own goal line. Not a bad plan there from the halfback Getty, but in the end, not a great execution, far too strong, and Mantelado, you just saw their hands up saying, Getz, what was that, mate?
Second rows and locks behind. Wind in, guys. Keep working hard. Doing good. Joey, same again, mate. Arms around both. Keep your feet down till it's in. Right around Paul, Joey. I told you too many times. You didn't have your arm around and you put your foot across. It's all right, it's just a penalty.
It's taken till November, but we've seen a scrum penalty in 2017. Beautiful stuff, Ashley Klein.
He got me into the Corners Club last week, Ashley Klein. I love him even more.
Line.
They're queuing up to get you into that club.
On the line.
They're queuing up in greater numbers to get you out of it. Malu.
Here, Daniel.
See Tui Samoa moving into dummy half there. His natural position can be dangerous out of there.
Nathan, let him out.
7 metres short of halfway.
Go, 2. Okay. And again, Daniel. Mark straight, Nathan. All the way, James.
Just short of the halfway stripe, USA. That's the captain, Offerdale. Jaden Walker there to greet him.
Move now!
Just inside Italian territory. Toctman, good run. Maitland to the 20, Chipperson. No, he comes back inside. Over the 10 he goes, so close. Corey Maitland. Last tackle. They go left instead, Stats. Scott covered there by Tedesco, but he grounds it in goal in the end.
You're dragging it back towards yourself, which is forward.
So it's going to be a line drop out. USA going to get it back again, but tell you what, the Americans look dangerous again through this bloke, Corey Maitland, after Toctman made that burst, and no surprise to see him backing up.
Well, we spoke about Shipway last week, one of the only forwards that used a little bit of footwork.
Just look for the touch.
And Toctman uses his footwork and his evasive skills. They'll get another set of 6 here.
Tedesco couldn't quite get a clean hold on it, and in the end grounded it on the goal line.
No, but you didn't even have your hand across. So I want your hands across and your feet back until that ball's in.
Can we see repeat scrum penalty?
Hold wait, Christian. Okay, now, out.
Big dummy from Mirando. Scything tackle, Getty. That's the 10-metre line. To Ramo. 2 metres out. Offerdale, Ulch. Give it to Makelum. There, he's got it. Lovely offload to Howard. Oh, he was there backing up to Makelum. Can't get it done from dummy half. Last tackle, Samoa tries from dummy half and succumbs short of the line. Change over. What are we doing here, Scott? Are we giving the credit to the Italian defence once again, or just lamenting the fact that the USA lacking some polish close to the goal line, or maybe even a bit of both as players collapse all over the joint?
It is a bit of both, Andrew, but it doesn't matter what sort of attack is being thrown at you. You've still got to make the tackle. You've still got to be able to lock onto the man with the ball and those that are around him. And Italy have not only done that very well, they've got numbers around the ball in defence as well. You get Vaughan getting down low there.
And I think Samoa's just charged head first into the ribs of Chiruto, who's down, and Makelum down with about 3 bodies on his knees.
Well, it's about just making those little extra efforts. And you saw Paul Vaughan there. He came in from a width position to make sure that he made himself available as a defender. At 40-0 down, sometimes you just say, you know what, I don't need to be there.
Chewy.
But he did.
Chewy.
He deserves a drink, that bloke. Good to see he's to his feet, and Chiruto looks like he'll join him now.
Let's just step back, Christian, Junior.
So the Italian defence just keep holding on.
Stay here.
It was a meek ending, though, wasn't it, to that set?
Come on. Go. Everyone's on here.
Into the last 10 minutes we go here in Townsville.
Surrender! Stand now, that's 1. Go.
Full out of the gate. Off the bench, Brendan Santi. Took 3 to stop Calgary. They've done their job well, the forward pack, especially the front rowers, the middle players for the Italians. Here's another one of them, Brown.
He looks like he's leaned down in the size, Nathan Brown. Looks like he's a lot lighter.
Last tackle.
Number 3, Joel and Brendan.
Midfield Roos from Tedesco. Burrows, good take. This is his go, strong running. Great tackle, Santi. Just outside the USA 20.
Again, second effort from Santi, a big man. Didn't need to get out from marker, but did.
He caught one around the neck there by Alvaro and Burrows. High but fair is the on-field ruling. Offerdale. Approaching halfway. Ooh, juggle from Freed. That's the halfway line. Last tackle, USA. Tui Samoa, bang, ouch. USA come away with it. It's still the last tackle. Here's Corey Makelum. Another chip over the top for Vai. Little flick out the back door. Makelum again, but it's been knocked on. And play on now as Italy pick it up through Chiruto. See ya! He's over the 40. No one will catch him. Brave chase by Offerdale, but Chiruto's in under the post. Mason Chiruto after the Makelum chip and chase. It ends up with Italy, and Chiruto streaks away to score the try.
Well, it came off a charge down. It wasn't really a charge down. It was Tui Samoa straight into Nathan Brown's. That would hurt. And then Makelum puts his 12th chip in for the night and nearly turns into an opportunity here for Vai. But Chiruto, great opportunist try. He just uses speed first, then looks up and sees what opportunities he's got. And just too much speed to get in between defenders and put the ball straight underneath the goalpost.
Nathan Brown's to his feet. 44-0 Italy over the USA. So Mason Chiruto, he's had a bit of a rough time every now and then from the kicks. But I tell you what, he's a strong runner.
His running game's been good, hasn't it? Heavily involved, filling in for Tedesco.
Hey boys, 7 minutes to go. Get your fucking kick
So
on the set now.
Mantellato
Especially for the full way.
looking for his 7th goal. No problem. And it's Italy 46 leading the United States 0. Watch what happens to Nathan Brown here from Tui Samoa. Doink. And then it was Chiruto. Streaks away. I admire the chase from the front rower and Captain Offerdale, but he's never going to catch him. And Chiruto to score. USA trying to avoid conceding a half-century as they did a week ago. Shem here's got the Italians and their coach, Cameron Ciraldo. Much as they'd want more points, they'd be loving the 0. Centrone, 5 short of halfway.
Just heard the players on the walk back talking exactly about that. Just let's make sure we respect our defence. Don't get loose. Oh. Offerdale.
Huge hit on Tedesco. Shannon Wakeman, nice end to a poor week. Getty, good vision. Burrows, good reflexes.
You can't keep crawling. Go back a little bit. Okay, play it there, tackle 1. Go.
Probably this hit here from Offerdale just gets out of the line.
Okay, 2.
Levels James Tedesco.
Tell you what, it's had an effect on Offerdale too. He's been with the trainer for 90 seconds. That's Samoa. Into Italian territory, into the last 5 minutes. Tocterman. Last tackle here. Mirando for Ramo. Kick and hope for Chiruto. Look out. They recover the USA defence on the Italian 30-metre line.
Hold here, wait, Corey. Wait. Go. David, move!
He's had himself a day, Josh Mantellato. 18 points with a try and 7 goals.
And again, Corey, get up! Okay, 3. Mark, let go!
Christoph Calgary.
4.
Good run, Alvaro. Last tackle, Italy. Getty. Maloney. Kick for Mantellato. Maitland's back there. Can he? Can he? He does. Great job. Corey Maitland gets back into the field of play.
If they give an award after the World Cup for the hardest working, is a terrible decision here by Ryan Burrows to go to the short side to put his team behind the 8 ball again. But if there is an award at the end of the World Cup for the hardest working player, Corey Maitland has got to be on the short list. Terrific job to get out of the in goal here under a lot of pressure.
But then Ryan Burrows, what's doing?
Stay on side, guys.
So the USA now have to defend to avoid a heavier loss than the one they were inflicted upon last week by Fiji.
Bind in, Sam. Bind in, Joey.
Italy looking for the half-century in this last 2.5 minutes. Tedesco.
Outside through the line.
Chiruto. Castellaro.
Okay, Christian, get up. Mark straight.
5 metres out. Shannon Wakeman. From Montana will go left. Getty, good run, good step. Just short. Desperate defence by Ulch.
There's certain things I can't play on for, mate. You just can't drag him all the way around like that.
Penalty to Italy. He wanted to let it go, Ashley Klein. They take the quick tap. Tedesco. That's a forward pass. You can hear the touch judge yelling out, forward, forward, and indeed it was to Malone. And the USA, they survived there.
And when you don't play in the halves a lot and have to deliver consecutive passes, you can be guilty of delivering a pass and drifting backwards, and exactly what Tedesco does here. Watch here. Throws a pass and drifts backwards, which a lot of the time looks like the ball is travelling forward, hence the decision there by the linesman.
Feet stay down. It's out.
Can they jag something late here, the Hawks? Well, that shows you the intent of the Italian defence, doesn't it?
Let's hold, Daniel. Hold. Go.
Their last set of 6 of the game. Interesting combination in defence there. Wakeman and Tedesco.
Get up now. Stay straight. Go. 3.
Farley. Gee, with a lead of 46-0 in the last minute, this is great intent in defence by the Italians.
Straight. 4.
Freed.
You're on now, back 10.
Makelum. There he goes again, Corey Makelum.
Mark straight. Here's 10. Come on,
That's the USA 30-metre line, their last tackle of the night.
Good work.
Oh dear. We did well, Freed.
He's offside, Shannon.
Offerdale. What are you going to do here, Skip? Links up with Ulch.
Backwards. Okay, that's
Centrone
backwards.
picks it up. Ulch not happy. Italy winded up last play of the game. Tedesco. He's looking for his winger man Talato. He takes it and Burrows is there to greet him. On the toe by Malone. No! Getting there first was Hiku Malu for the USA. The USA hold on at the end, but the Italians have beaten the United States in the most comprehensive manner, 46-0 after they opened up a 28-0 lead at half-time. Great performance by Italy, 46-0 over the USA. Eight tries in the game for Italy. They scored 5 in the first half, 3 in the second half. And look, they came off a dreadful weekend in Cairns, Scott Sattler. They had a lot to prove today to themselves, apart from everyone else, and by Jay, haven't they done it well?
Yeah, they did well. I know a lot was not thrown at them in attack, Andrew, but I suppose their own defence, their own attack, what was very impressive, as I kept alluding to throughout the game, was how they went forward in numbers. Their big men always had a support player on the outside, asked questions of the defence, brought the defence up out of the line, and therefore tackled 3, 4 and 5. They looked at opportunities, and a lot of the time they took advantages of those opportunities. A lot of outstanding plays here this afternoon. The number 9, Tramontana from Italy. Of course, the front rows were outstanding. Nathan Brown, Tedesco, good in the halves. But for the losing side here this afternoon, Corey Makelum, the fullback, was just involved in everything. Really brave effort from the number 1 from the USA also.
Yeah, he ran for over 130 metres. Cerudo ran for 211 at the back for Italy. Tedesco, playing in the halves, ran for over 180. And as you say, Tramontana just outstanding all around the paddock for Italy. So busy, 28 tackles. He was constantly causing problems for the USA defence, not to mention 2 tries in that first half by this 20-year-old. Plays lower grades for Canterbury, and he's been outstanding for Italy. Let's head down to Brett Tate. He's with our man of the match, the Italian hooker, Joe Tramontana.
Well, Joseph, an outstanding performance today. What's it like playing behind such a powerful forward back?
Yeah, mate, it's a bit different. It was a bit daunting at start, but to get the opportunity to play with these boys, it's unreal, and I really got to thank them for taking me under their wing, and they've just been awesome. I'm so grateful for it.
What impressed you the most, scoring 46 or keeping USA to 0?
Mate, keeping USA to 0 was a bit disappointing, our defence, especially last week, and to pull that today, it was pretty good, yes. Yeah.
Great performance, and thank you for your time.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, mate.
Junior, tough afternoon, but plenty of character showing again.
Yeah, definitely. It's been tough. Like, it was a good week from the boys. Trained hard, just couldn't execute today.
Had plenty of opportunities. You talk about execution. Just a couple of times that really let you down?
Yeah, definitely. We just need to complete our sets, try and build pressure. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do that. But I'm excited for the boys, and especially the boys coming over from the States. It'll be a good experience for them.
Thanks, Junior. Cheers.
Thanks, mate.
Junior Voivoi from the USA. Italy 46 over the USA 0.